Well, hey guys, long time no see. How y'all been? It's been a weird couple years, but as you can see behind me, we've been growing. Welcome back, Punk Rock Ball Python here. I'm gonna try to make some more videos for you guys. So here we go. Oh, hey, there you are. Hey. Oh, it's okay. You'll be all right. Ow! Alright, somebody told you about some cool snakes, so you got very curious. This episode is going to be about Snek O Nomics 101. So, as you can see, you're like, cool snakes for sale. You hear? Sorry, I spelled snakes. You go through all these sites where everybody has snakes for sale. Eventually, it leads you to morph markets. Just keep scrolling through there, you'll eventually get to morph market. You click on morph market and you're like, oh wow, there's more snakes than I know what to do with here. And like, oh man, this is unreal. Can't get any better than this. Click on ball pythons because your buddy was telling you that they have some cool ball python morphs, but you have no idea. And then you're like, what the fuck? And you click on this banana clown. And you're like, that's only $350. And then you go down here and you're like, how do I get this thing? Before you even look at any other snakes, you just look at the first one that you see and you buy it. And then you're like, how? And you're like, how do I buy? So you click on learn to buy. And computer takes forever, and then it takes this video, and you're like, I just need to get this. So you finally realize the inquire to buy button. And you're here, and you're like reading, and then you type your question. How much is it gonna give me, or how much is it gonna take to get this damn snake to my house, sir? And then you send that message, and heck yeah, you got yourself a snake on the way. Very good. Then somebody was like, hey, you know you can breed these things. And you're like, what? Yeah, and you got a good first snake. It's a banana clown. You're like, okay, I didn't even realize I got a cool snake. It's a male. And then they're like, yeah, it's going to be a male maker. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get a female banana. So when it has eggs, there's an equal amount of males and females in it. And you're not just getting males. You're like, oh, okay. And then you're looking around. And so you finally figure out genetics and traits. That guy said banana. He said a hat clown would make me some. So let's just get a banana hat clown, okay? Hat. And, it doesn't even matter. Oh, I can't figure this out. Alright, so, nobody explained to the 50% hat clown or 66% hat clown. But the first thing you notice is that the 50% hat clowns are a little cheaper. There's only one available. Oh, no, I accidentally clicked that button. There's so many available, so you're like, heck yeah, man, I can get into the breeding game, and this one's 50% hat clown, it's only $1,500, I'm gonna get this one. Nobody said anything about gravel yet, so you have no idea that you're probably getting a better deal than that, but you got a 50% hat clown, passed out Enchi, so now you got 3 genes you're working with, plus clown. Perfect. It's gonna be great. So you come down here. This is from Mutation Creation. You have no idea who Mutation Creation is yet. You hit inquire to buy. You talk to this spaz old man he's pretty cool. He's pretty cool, but man, the guy just can't settle down. I have a feeling if you inquire to buy one of his, why would you do this? All right, so you inquire to buy. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked. So you inquire to buy this snake, and you get your snake. You get it, and all right, you make your purchases. You make these 2 purchases in one day, and then you start doing the math. You just spent $1,500 on this, and then we'll go back here and check. What did we pay for the other one? All right, plus $350. So you got a male for $350 and a female for $1,500. You're into this project $1,800. Since this is your first breeding plan, you went and bought the snakes first. And now you got 2 snakes on the way, and then you realize, I just spent all my money on snakes and I need enclosures. Now, things are getting real. You've got 24 hours to get yourself an enclosure, heat pads, and things ready to go for these snakes. So you get the snakes home, and you figured out that Sterilite tubs and a heat pad and a thermostat is going to get you going good. Well, all that abruptly ends when you start YouTubing how to breed ball pythons, and you realize that it takes sometimes up to 3 years before they're even ready. And you're like, oh man, now I got these snakes. Now I gotta raise them. I should have bought adults. Here we go. But that's what I'm talking about. This is Snek O Nomics. You gotta fight through this, and you have to make it work. So, you go back to Morph Market, and you find yourself a breeder female. Get your breeder female. Let's find a breeder female. We're gonna go down to adults. We want these adults, and we're gonna filter these by price lowest to first, just for the video, and you can't afford anything right now. And you're like, oh my gosh, I can get an adult female for $25. Cool, I'm gonna make some banana clowns. So you inquire to buy, and you get that snake. You get it home. You get it in your 3rd enclosure. Now you got a breeder female, and you got a good project going. But then you find out, crap, my male can't breed till he's like between 4 and 8 and 1,000 grams. He won't even try. So you're like, oh man, now I gotta get another male. So you go back to Morph Market. You choose adult male. Did I just... I jumped the gun. Not even gonna lie. And I accidentally bought a male instead of a female. For the sake of the video, we won't let you raise this snake for 3 years to find out that it's a male. We'll just push home the point that you need to pay attention to the ads. Okay? Did that on purpose, by the way. Did that on purpose. So, you go over here, you filter, you find yourself a breeder female. And you're like, yes, I can get a female for $50. So you get that female. You get it home. And you start breeding. You pair them up. You get going really good. They're locking up. Everything's doing good. Everything's going fine. You get a clutch of eggs. And you're like, yes, I'm going to get some banana and G clowns. Females and males. And you realize, when you cut those eggs, you got a whole clutch of normals. Because you didn't pay attention to your ad and what you were actually buying. Oh yeah, and you forgot to buy an incubator too, so you were not prepared. Like I'm saying, this is Snek O Nomics. You gotta take your time through this. You gotta think things out. You gotta think things through. Reach out to some breeders. Take what you hear about husbandry and care and racks like a grain of salt on YouTube, because they don't know what they're talking about anyways. They need a reason to feel superior. And yeah, no, the reasons are just crazy. Racks are just fine for ball pythons. They're nocturnal, they don't need lights, and they love being in these racks. I guarantee you, your snake will do better in a rack. But, that's just a basis of opinion, except for we've had millions and thousands and hundreds of millions of ball pythons raised in racks, and there's only a slight handful raised in enclosures, and enclosures tend to create more medical issues for your ball python, and they go off food a little more because of the open space up and around. But that's okay. They can have their opinions, and they're allowed to do it. That ain't gonna stop me. Anyways, so moral of the story is pay attention to what you're doing. Slow down, even though you want to get going real fast. Spend the money on good snakes, but if you're wanting to get off their feet right away, I would go for some seasoned adults. And then raise yourself up a good project for later on in the future. But until next time, folks, this has been Punk Rocker, and I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah.